Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final part of Batman Arkham Asylum. So, we have to go get our therapy from the Joker, which, if you're paying attention, you notice it's in a different pose.
I don't like this angle. It looks like Joker's popping a boner.
Oh, they'll laugh at Joker's boner, will they? Come now,
I'll
Robin.
give them a boner to laugh about.
Come now, Robin. We need to stop Joker's boner.
I was going to say, who comes in and poses this Joker figure, but there we go. I got my answer.
You can't leave, unfortunately.
Now, depending on when you come in here, the Joker, the Joker who's sitting there is actually posed differently each time.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's like multiple ones, I think.
Yeah.
There are a lot of little conversations you can have in this room.
You just got to remember to come back to this room after every major event.
Yeah.
Like goddamn tinnitus. Or tinnitus, as my doctor insists it's called. They are wrong.
Pretty sure they pronounce it as Titus in 2 in Final Fantasy X.
Shut.
This is actually a nice little scene. Joker and Scarface.
Yeah, for some reason there was a thing that Batman did with that, back punch for a while there that he just did in every incarnation for a while.
I can only think of this game in the '89 film where he does that.
No, he does it in the animated series a few times.
He does it in Harley Quinn, Batman and Harley Quinn, when they're in the when they're in the bar and one of the guys gets Batman milk because that's an insult apparently, and Batman just he's sitting there watching Harley do her song and dance thing, and one of the guys decides to get cheeky and starts making funny faces and dancing around behind Batman. Batman just stands there for a few seconds, then does the backwards punch and knocks him the fuck out.
Also, hi, Bane 5 and 6.
They really need to start coming up with better names.
My favorite detail from that scene, though, is the Batman actually drinks the milk before he starts the beatdown.
Yeah, it needs strong bones.
Yeah. Batman's greatest opponent is osteoporosis.
Ow.
I mean, that would make crime fighting difficult.
The thing about Batman, when you think about it, is that with the number of injuries that he takes, he has to have at least some kind of light Weapon X regeneration powers, because that's the only explanation for why he's still able to function.
It's called being rich.
No, I mean you take quite that many injuries, and eventually your body's not going to be able to heal them all properly.
No, it's sheer willpower.
You would need months and months of physical therapy just to regain something close to
willpower.
Or if you're rich.
And money, yeah.
just to regain something close to normal functionality, let alone being able to fight,
No, you just get a magic knee brace and
It's fine.
you're in tip-top shape.
You see, we put a cord that skips your spine and goes straight to your leg, so you just think it.
That was the dumbest thing in The Dark Knight Rising. They really should have just revealed that he was faking the injury or something,
Congrats, we put your spine back in place. You'll be in tip-top shape in a couple days. I'm sure it's longer than that in the movie, but it feels very abrupt.
I think
What the fuck?
The time gap between when Bane takes over.
Oh, there were
city
guys
and
up
when
there.
Batman comes back is a couple of months, 3 months, I think.
Okay, that's better than a couple days.
I mean, that's still.
I mean, I need a month to recover from stubbing my toe, so.
Yeah.
I don't really like The Dark Knight Rising as a narrative conclusion to that trilogy, to be honest, because
I don't either.
I feel like the League of Assassins stuff was properly resolved in the first movie, and it really did not need to come back. And reverting to that kind of just part of it might actually be because Heath Ledger passed away and they couldn't really continue the storyline they started with him.
I don't remember where I've heard it from, so don't quote me on this, but I recall hearing that Heath Ledger passing away did affect, like, force them to go back to the drawing board when it came to the script that they had planned.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it would have made sense to have more of a Joker Bane Catwoman crossover than a Bane Catwoman fucking League of Assassins crossover.
Yeah. Like, I was fine with the Talia stuff. I was a bit mixed with Bane being part of the League of Assassins. Or League of Shadows, but
the Talia stuff makes zero sense to me though, because like most of the interesting stuff involving Talia in the source material has to do with her father actually being alive, and
that's
like,
true.
Like her role in the League of Assassins being so restricted by how traditional the organization is, because it's led by a 500-year-old man, and that kind of comes with some, you know, gender role baggage. Like, they can't just say, oh, yeah, we have this, he has this highly capable assassin daughter. Let's have her, you know, be the leader of the assassin organization. No, he's 500 years old, so he needs to have a male heir. So he wants Batman to be that male heir. And Talia's kind of caught in the middle of all that. Oh, no.
What if they commit to it? Like, he just transforms into the Dark Knight Returns Batman.
And he suddenly gets voiced by Peter Weller.
Like, he's just fucking wide.
I like how Joker's like, you're trying to resist the change. How do you resist a mutation? It's not exactly a willpower thing.
Well, no, it's exactly willpower.
I like
This isn't a Green Lantern ring.
I like the feather that he takes out, and it's just like...
Wait, doesn't he have some kind of, like, anti-serum bullshit?
He has an antidote, yeah, but like, if that were the case, why does the Joker say you're trying to resist the change? That's not.
Well,
exactly...
he's trying not to use it. He's trying to save it if all needs. But
oh, I see. Well, that's not how that works, though.
This is dark when you put it in perspective of the rest of the series.
Stupid immediate effect, but I like how they played off this plot point in future games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, now the news shows up.
When you put it into perspective of the rest of the series, like him shooting himself under the chin has much darker connotations when you consider what kills him in City.
That's fair. I didn't think of that. That bullet just took a really long time to get to his skull.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say though, shooting himself with a needle gun under the chin was probably a dumb move, because like, what if he accidentally killed himself before the Titan serum could even do anything?
Well, it's more thematic. So I'd rather under the chin than on his ass.
I don't know.
I have nothing left to live for. They just stick his ass out.
Now, this is going to be a weird-ass comparison, but, like, the whole Joker Titan thing kind of reminds me of, like, something that they deliberately decided not to do in Mass Effect 3. Where...
What?
Okay, there's a
That
villain...
was not where I was expecting it to go.
Okay, there's a villain in Mass Effect called the Elusive Man. He's the weird, glowy-eyed, mysterious guy who runs Cerberus, right? At the end of Mass Effect 3, there's a scene where you confront the Elusive Man, but it's entirely dialogue. There is no boss fight. They did originally intend to have him do a boss fight, where he hulks out and becomes a sort of Reaper Husk abomination, but they decided against it, probably because of the same reasoning that makes this dumb. Because, like, you know, it doesn't really fit the character. You can't really take seriously a confrontation with a character like the Joker when they're all hulked out and monstrous, because their character is not about brute force or fighting. Their character is about, you know, the psychological conflict and the interplay between the characters when they're, you know, trading verbal sparring, you know, when they're trading barbs. It's like it's hard to take a straight up fight between them seriously because you know on those grounds they're so uneven. But it was kind of the same thing with Timmy in Mass Effect, but
Timmy.
Oh yeah, the Elusive Man. Some call him Tim. The oldest joke in the Mass Effect fandom.
So I feel like I'm contractually obligated to mention this because it is the funniest thing that ever happened to me in this fight. But in that Arkham Asylum 100% playthrough live stream that I was mentioning a couple parts ago, this boss glitched out because I accidentally hit. I skipped the cutscene where he shot himself with the dart, and it went immediately into this fight. And Joker Titan was there, but he wasn't there, as in he didn't move,
Oh.
and I couldn't damage
I was
him
expecting you to
at
say
all.
he just showed up as regular Joker. You punched him once and the game fight was over.
It's like those old Melee model swaps where it's like the normal Joker model stretched out over.
Oh, Ganon Shoe.
Yeah,
Ganon
Ganon
Shoe, basically. Yeah, because I accidentally skipped the cutscene. I guess the game didn't like that, and it loaded me into the arena, and Titan Joker was there, but he was not moving, and I could not interact with him, and I could not damage
I like
him, and I
how
was soft
Titan
locked.
Joker is even more Doomsday than the other Titans because, like, he's got fucking Therinosaurus claws. He's got Spinosaurus spines. He's got...
He's got a mohawk.
He's also just more symmetrically built than the Titan goons.
It really is convenient that his mutated form lost all hair except in a perfect formation for a creepy mohawk. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who's to say that it's actually hair? It's just creepy bone protrusions that are colored green.
You know, I was always told growing up that my hair is the same thing as my fingernails.
Ah, yes, the vertebrae in his skull mutated in an odd direction.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you saw what they do to their collarbones.
Oh, that Joker.
Like, that's a whole perpendicular spike, which would be a good band name. Medium band name. Why did they honk?
Let you know to get the fuck out of the way.
What is Commissioner Gordon sitting on over there?
Electric chair.
Electric chair.
Oh. Why do they have an electric chair?
I mean, it's probably improvised.
Yeah. I think there's also a time limit on this fight, too, because of
I mean,
that.
like, why is there an electric chair in Arkham Asylum?
Oh. Well, who would say there was? I don't know. It's fucking Joker
Same
did,
reason
right?
there's, like, people in torture costumes. That is the worst way to put that. You know what
But
I
it's
mean.
all true.
S&M.
It's just weird because I'm pretty sure, like I said, Gotham City is in New Jersey, so capital punishment I don't think is allowed.
Yeah, but Gotham City is not Jersey, though.
What?
It's fiction.
Gotham City is not Jersey. It's fiction. One set of rules.
It's actually Philadelphia.
Yeah. Atheist.
Wait.
What?
Also,
Wait.
I just have a gut feeling that even if capital punishment wasn't legal here, they'd still have it.
I mean, that was my favorite Robot Chicken sketch, was that they actually gave Joker the chair.
Yeah, and Batman's just like, well,
It was like, sorry, it's out of my hands.
yeah. Oh no, there was one a few days ago I saw on a retweet was basically just Batman Superman just peanut style. Batman's like, should I kill my criminals? And Superman's just going on. It's like, oh, you know, if you do that,
We
we're
can't be as bad as
people."
our villains.
Yeah, and he's like, what about the Joker? Oh, you should have killed him years ago.
I can take it. I can take anything you throw at me, bats.
Battering.
Can't beat me. I'm at
Oh, this is where he uses that. Okay.
Yeah.
the next round.
For some reason, I thought that he used the explosive gel punch in Arkham Knight, and I played through all of it. and I'm like, where was it?
Falcon. Punch.
And then Bruce says goodbye to his hand.
Yeah.
Kind of should have, yeah.
It's okay. He's got gloves.
Gloves.
On.
Again, I will argue that hand just fell right the fuck off like a doll.
Well, not really, but it should have looked something like Harry Potter's hand after Gilderoy Lockhart got finished with it.
Oh, man. I kind of wish there was a separate gurney for the plant.
Yeah.
You know what would have been a neat subplot for this game if they had thought to do it? Is like if like someone actually who was in Arkham Asylum had decided, like as an inmate, had decided to help Batman out because they recognized that the Joker was fucking psycho and needed to be stopped. But I'm not sure like what character would have been a good fit for that.
Calendar Man.
Calendar Man. He just gets pissed off at the Joker for messing up the schedule.
It needs to be stopped, Batman. Only you can help me.
The Joker put more than 28 days in February and he gets mad.
It's not even a leap year. It needs to be
I
stopped.
like how Joker is missing like all his teeth at the end of this, but they're all back by the end by the beginning of the next game.
He's you got dentures.
Batman created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. They didn't have Bill Finger in the name yet, or in the credits yet.
That was only something that recently happened, wasn't
Within the last 10 years.
Also, when Joker demutated, all of his hair grew back.
Yeah.
it? No, it just it rearranged back to the Widow's Peak. Look, I'm just saying that if we're ignoring the law of mass conservation and shit like that, I don't think it's that unfeasible that hair can rearrange itself on your scalp.
Look,
when you,
it's just a
go back.
very convenient way for a body to mutate. Okay, it's almost as if almost as if the Titan formula is aware of the comic book aesthetics.
Hey, can my vaccines give me a mohawk, please?
So yeah, that was Arkham Asylum, first of the Arkham games. Great first entry, honestly. I think it's my second. It's still my second favorite, behind City.
Like what a pleasant surprise this game ended up being.
Yeah,
Because this game was released well in the midst of like licensed video games just being notoriously awful or rushed. And then this game comes out and just shows you that, holy fuck, like if someone did take the time, money, and effort put into it, you can make a bomb-ass license game.
I
love
mean,
that post of
around this
Batman.
time when a good superhero license game came out, it was something like frickin' X-Men Legends or something, where it's a clearly, like, it's an interesting little action RPG, but it's clearly low budget as hell, you know?
Yeah.
And when they did try to do something that was more dedicated, I think they did something like, what's that X-Men game on PS3?
The Origins Wolverine game?
No, not that one. It wasn't based on anything. It was just like an attempt at an original X-Men video game. X-Men Destiny or some shit.
Well, X-Men Destiny was a PlayStation 1.
The only one I could think of was the precursor to Marvel Alliance.
Well, that's
Legends. That's
Was that Legends? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like a more like behind the back third person action game where you play as these three original character mutants, I think.
so this sequence can be one of three characters,
Who do you get? Oh, Killer Croc.
who doesn't matter at all going forward.
Wait,
No.
really?
Like
It could
the one
be-
that makes the most sense
Huh.
is the one that makes the most sense is Bane.
Yeah.
And now we get to see a bit of the Joker in challenge mode.
I must
Yep.
have never
Yeah.
paid attention to that because I remember it always being. Can it be Scarecrow?
It can be Scarecrow,
Yeah.
Killer Croc, or Bane.
I always remember it being Scarecrow. I
Now-
didn't know it could be the other characters. That's cool.
Now, the Joker has a different fighting style than Batman, and the timing on some of his attacks is a bit different, but it really doesn't matter in the context of Arkham combat because you're going to be doing the same things you're doing as Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's just dead.
Yeah. You also have a gun.
For his special, he goes, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, you get one bullet per round.
Oh, you
Also,
okay
that
there, Jim?
no, that's not Jim.
That guy just felt it was death.
Yeah.
Now,
No,
I
that
say,
wasn't Jim.
I say the timing on Joker's attacks is different than Batman's, and sometimes like that does screw you over a bit because the Joker has some significant wind up on some of his attacks. He's very theatrical, is our friend the Joker.
Yeah, assuming you're not modding the PC version, this is still, to my knowledge,
The only way to
a
play this.
PlayStation 3 exclusive. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So
Bullshit.
figured I'd
but-
show a little bit of it.
they say
Yeah.
modding the PC version, but you really just need to change a value in some config file or something.
Yeah. Well, that still
I mean-
constitutes as a mod because you have to modify something.
Modding is a catch-all term these days.
Yeah.
I'm warning you, I fight dirty.
He does fight dirty. He has a gun.
Yeah, it hasn't bathed.
You say, oh,
I thought you were going to open with the gun again.
No, there-
I thought you said he isn't Bane, and I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong.
yeah, there's Jim.
There goes Jim. I've shot Gordon a couple of times. This joke. It's like,
no,
okay.
just wait till how I end this.
Oh no.
Boop.
Oh no,
I'm assuming you only do the combat challenge, not the stealth missions.
No, I do one stealth mission.
You do one stealth. Okay.
Do one of each.
Joker's stealth mission gameplay is a bit
It's
more.
really hard.
It's a bit more different than Batman's because
He can't
like,
grapple around.
Yeah, he doesn't have the same advantages Batman does.
Oh fuck! So that's what my daughter felt like.
Nut punch. Or ass punch.
Yeah, he would do that. No, that was a tape punch. Dude.
Here comes the Fisto!
Did someone say something about a fisting?
The Count of Monte Fisto.
Did any of you hear the one about the escape patient hunting down the guards and killing them one by one? No? Stick around.
So as Joker, you only have 3 gadgets. You have the single shotgun. You have the gizmo eye things to kind of simulate detective mode. But you can't do anything while doing it.
Yeah.
It's very limited. And then you have the exploding shattering teeth, which you only get one of those too.
I feel like Joker's stealth missions are more worth it than his combat missions because his combat missions are basically just the same thing as Batman. But when you're doing stealth as the Joker, you have to approach things differently, and that makes for an interesting mix-up.
Because you cannot move and use the specs at the same time.
Yeah.
So
It is significantly harder stealth.
yeah.
But I think it's more rewarding because of it.
A little bit.
Also, this is fun.
Oh, it's remote control.
Yeah.
Remote control bomb chattering teeth. Hi.
Oh! I love his strut.
Jump through the grate.
Yeah.
Just
It's
Joker
okay. He's
things.
gonna play by the rules. I've never followed a rule. That
Is
is my rule.
Do you follow? I don't.
I don't.
Joker
Happy Bat
flips
Day,
Alfred
Earthman.
like a coin.
Alfred lands heads up, so Two-Face goes home.
Goes home.
Oh.
And there's the end of the game. Well, what did you think, idiots? It's Batman. Yeah.